Matt Day here with Parsons, Graham, and Day. I'm going to talk about something that I despise, loathe entirely, and that is celebrity feuds. There's one that's been going on for over a decade between Taylor Swift, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian. Ugh, awful. But there are a couple key points that I want to pull from it, so I'm going to talk a little bit about what's been going on. So over a decade ago, 2009, Kanye interrupts Taylor when she's accepting this giant award, says, yeah, you're great, but Beyonce's better, essentially, right? I'm paraphrasing, right? Huge embarrassment. There's subsequent apologies. You know, the weird thing is I remember negotiating this topic in law school about, one of us were representing Kanye, the other one Taylor, and what would we do to try and make it right, and things of that nature. So, series of apologies, then the apologies withdrawn, and then they're friends again. At some point, Taylor Swift ends up presenting an award to Kanye, and things seem to be okay. And shortly thereafter, in 2016, Kanye mentions Taylor in a song called Famous. I don't know that I've ever even heard this song, but apparently in the song Famous, he references how he made her famous and made her career and what have you. Taylor responds and through a publicist, I guess, and says, hey, that's inaccurate and shouldn't have been said. Kanye claims that Taylor had been told about the lyric in the song Famous and that she had actually approved of it, and the publicist, I guess, denied that. At some point, Kim Kardashian gets involved and releases a tape of the conversation in which Kanye and Taylor Swift are talking, and Taylor approves the line that ultimately is in the song, right? So fast forward a couple of years, 2017, Taylor releases a song called Look What You Made Me Do, apparently in response to Kanye and Kim. In 2019, they start talking about the video for the song Famous. There's a music video back when they made music videos, and apparently there's a fake doll of Taylor Swift, right? And so in 2019, Taylor Swift calls the video, it's like revenge porn because they had this doll naked and what have you. In March of 2020, the phone call is finally leaked in full, and so both Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift are going back and forth about the contents of the phone call, whether or not it should have been released, things of this nature. Ultimately, this comes down to 2024. Taylor Swift releases a song called Thank You, Amy, and she capitalizes the K in thank, and the I and the M and Amy, right? So Kim, referencing Kim Kardashian. There's some lines in the song. All of this is just so utterly stupid. I cannot describe, right? It's just awful. Awful. I don't know who would care about this stuff. But a couple of things that got me thinking about this, right, as I'm reading this awful garbage story, is that I frequently come up on the issue of recordings, okay? And then I've had a secondary issue involving specific types of recordings. So let's take the first one, recording conversations. In Oklahoma, if you're a party to the conversation, A and B are talking and you happen to be A or B, you can record the conversation. Whereas if A and B are talking and you are C, you're not supposed to record the conversation. That's illegal, okay? So I frequently have this come up in the context of divorce cases because the parents, normally, fighting over custody, will record one another or will record the child talking to the other parent. And so this situation comes up all the time. And you need to be cognizant of the fact that certain times allow you to record, certain times are prohibited. If you're part of the conversation in Oklahoma, you can record the conversation in many instances, all right? Second type of recording I was talking about, it involves recording sexual acts or possessing records of sexual acts, and that can be extremely dangerous. We've had a couple kids get charged with crimes related to possessing pornographic material that was either sent to them or that they took themselves, okay? You need to be cognizant of this sort of thing. Now, you're not Kanye West shooting a video over some song called Famous in which you reference Taylor Swift, okay? You're not these people, but there are real world implications outside of this ridiculous feud that's been going on between people we shouldn't even care about. But anyway, so we got Taylor Swift, decade-long feud between her and Kanye, and then Kim gets wrapped into it, and some practical advice for recordings and possessing certain recorded materials. The purpose of this video is to be informative and not to provide legal advice. For legal advice, call a law firm and speak to an attorney about your particular case. None of the information provided in here is meant to establish the attorney-client relationship between Parsons Graham and anyone watching this video.